All right, we're going to be looking at drawing the inside view of the side. So it's like if we take this side piece here and lay it flat where all the joinery is going to be. So the first thing we can do is determine how tall this is. We will also be using the side view, which I have open over here, to determine how far back this piece goes. So we're going to start by drawing a box. I'm going to make it the same height as this. And if you don't have a dimension, go ahead and dimension that. Go ahead and dimension that. So we're going to draw this at 29 inches. Now yours is going to be different because you're drawing your own set of plans, but this is how you would come up with the correct sizes. So I'm going to grab the arrow tool, I'm going to come over and I'm going to draw a line, and I'm using this size over here, 11 and an eighth. That's how big I want to be. So I'm going to come back 11 and 0.125, an eighth, and I'm going to come down the 29 that we're getting from the other view. And I'm going to just complete this box. So I should have 11 and an eighth and 29. Okay, the other thing we're going to see is the joinery in the correct spot. So we're going to see this dado right here at 4 7/16 to the top line. So I'm going to take my pencil tool and I'm going to come down here in the corner and click, and I'm going to come up 4 and 7 divided by 16 and find that line. And I'm going to draw it all the way back. Okay, that's the top of the shelf. Now I'm going to come down 3/4 of an inch, 0.75, and connect that across. Okay, so that would be if I take this side piece and rotate it down, lay it on its side over here, we would be looking at the inside over here. And we would see where this joint is cut into there. We also see another joint cut in here, a rabbet up on top. So we're going to come down 3/4 of an inch. Whoops. And I'm going to draw that across. So that's going to be where the cleats attach in the project. The cleats were the strips that run across. We can see them drawn in over here. You wouldn't actually see them from this view on the side here, because they're actually on the inside. This would be actually a hidden line. You wouldn't really see that on the outside of the project. Now the thing that we need to draw is the groove. We're going to have a groove for the backing to fit into the plywood pieces. And typically what we do is we come in a 1/2 inch, and then we would draw a line all the way down. Okay, so that's a 1/2 inch of material, and then we're going to come in another 1/4 inch. And that's going to be the dado for our backing. So our backing would slide right into this groove and actually stop at the shelf. It would actually come all the way over, but we can just draw it all the way down. That's fine. And then you would want to come in here and do your dimensioning and kick that out so we can actually read it. And then you can come in here and dimension that and kick that out so we can read that. Okay. And then the wood grain should be applied so that when we're cutting things, we don't accidentally cut it the wrong direction. So we would actually have the wood grain running up and down, because never on the project, except for the trim would be the only exception, would we run the grain front to back. And just trying to get that in there. I'm going to actually leave my dados blue though, my dados and rabbits, so they kind of stick out a little bit. And you can dimension this. And you can dimension this. So we make sure that we got everything the right size. And we can put how high that shelf is. Should be 4 7/16. Okay. And the only other thing you may want to have on here, and it's up to you, you don't have to, but your face frame could be drawn on here as well if you wanted to have that represented. So that would come out 7/8 of an inch and then down. And that would be your face frame. And then you would just label that face frame. So if we took the project and were to cut it, you would actually see the face frame glued onto the plywood box. You would see the dados cut in there, for the backing and the appropriate dados for the shelf. So hopefully that helps make it a little bit easier for drawing the inside view for the plywood.